Hello students, good afternoon. We were discussing democracy. What is democracy? Why democracy? And we have discussed the most important definition of democracy, that is, democracy is a form of government where the rulers are elected by the common people. And we were discussing the features of the democracy, in which we have discussed rulers. So we have discussed the example of Pakistan, where General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in 1999. According to that, the final power rests with the president. He declared himself as the president of the country. So, in Pakistan, the representatives who has been elected by the common people does not have the final power. So, according to democracy, the final decision making power rests with the elected representative only, which we cannot find in Pakistan, because the final power rests with the president. Now we will discuss free and fair electoral competition. Our second question was, what kind of election constitute a democratic election? What kind of election? So the answer is free and fair election competition. So here also we will discuss few examples, like for example, in China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. It has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China. Some members are elected by the army. So, in China also, the election were held at a period of 5 years. Like in India, we used to have our election after every 5 years, the general election. Similarly, in China, elections were held at 5 years term. But only those who are member of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest election held in 2003 and 2002. So from 2002 and 2003 onwards, there is one famous political party that is called the Chinese Communist Party, one of the most important party. Like now in India, we have the most important parties are, one is BJP, another is Congress Party. So in China also there is one most important party, that is Chinese Communist Party. And after 2003 and 2002 and 2003 elections, only the allied party, each smaller allied party or the member of the Chinese Communist Party have the power to elect election. So only this party has the power to have election, not other party. This is example of China. Okay. Now another example is from Mexico. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico hold election after every 6 years to elect its president. So in Mexico, the term period is 6 years. In China, the term period is 5 years. So the country has never been under a military or a dictator's rule. Mexico have a complete democracy at that time, when the election were held regularly after the interval of 6 years. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI. After 2000, only one party was winning the election, and the name of the party is PRI. PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win election. So this PRI, he or she uses many dirty tricks to win the election. The PRI sent a large sum of money in the campaign for its candidate. So this PRI used to spend a huge sum of money in order to win the election. So we have discussed two examples, one from China and another from Mexico. In China, there was a complete democracy till 2002, 2003. All the parties have the power to elect election. But after 2002, only the Chinese Communist Party or the 8 smaller parties who has been allied to this Chinese Communist Party. Allied means friendship or having support of this Chinese Communist Party. Only this party have the power to conduct an election. Similarly, in Mexico, till 2000, there was an interval of 6 years. They used to hold election in order to elect the president of the country. Till 2000, all the parties can elect themselves as the candidate. But after 2000, only the PRI party, PRI, the full name of the PRI is Institution Revolutionary Party. This PRI is called the Institutional Revolutionary Party. So this PRI party used to have many dirty tricks in order to win the election. Only PRI party was winning the election from 2000 onwards. In China, from 2002 onwards, only the Communist Party of China was winning the election. So these are the two examples where we cannot find free and fair election, right? Like in India, we can take an example of India. We will find many government, like in 2000, during the era of 2000, there was Congress party in government. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India. Then after 2000, another election, BJP won the election, and Mr. Modi ji won the election. He was the Prime Minister of India. Still in 2000, last year only, 2019, it was a general election. In 2019 also BJP won the election. So we have BJP government. But we can say that India has a democratic government, because we will find many different government in parliament, right? Like the Congress party or the BJP party. But in China and Mexico, there were only one party in the government. That is, in China, the Communist Party, and in Mexico, the PRI. These two parties always used to have dirty tricks to win the election. They spent a huge amount of money in order to win the election. But this is not the case in India. So we can say India have a pure democratic form of government, because India have a free and fair electoral system. Anybody can participate, any party can participate in the election. Anybody can contest the election, but not in US, Mexico and China. So the second most important definition of democracy, not the definition but the feature of democracy, election, is democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Like in India, there is BJP government. So in next general election, if in that election, if BJP government lose, then the other party might be at the government, right? So this is called democracy. In a democracy, the ruling party should have the chances of losing also, not only winning. But in China and Mexico, these two parties, the Communist Party of China and the PRI of Mexico, used to win election. In every general election, they used to win the election in order to form a government. So there is no chance of other party to come in power. But in India, there is a chance of other parties also to come in power. That is why in a democracy, there should be a free and fair electoral competition where the ruling party have the full chances of losing also. This is the second feature of democracy. Now the third feature, vote. We have asked one question: who are the people who can elect the rulers or get elected as rulers? So this is the third feature of a democracy. And in that democracy, in that feature, one person, one vote, one value. This is the most important feature of democracy, where every individual vote, every common people, everyone's vote have one value. Like if I give a vote, then my vote counted as one of the most important valuable vote. Every individual's vote is very, very valuable. We will discuss some features, some examples. Until 2050 in Saudi Arabia, women did not have the right to vote. Till 2015, women were not considered as the electors at that time. They cannot vote. They do not have any right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. So the people in Estonia, the people who belongs to the Russian minority, they were not able to vote. They do not have any right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. So, in Fiji also, the indigenous, the tribal Fijis have the more value. If they vote, their vote count will be counted as a valuable vote, but not the Indian Fijis. So, this is the case. Now, we can compare with India. In India, every individual, whether they are women, whether they are men, whether they belong to a poor family, whether they belong to a tribal family, every individual's vote counted as one of the most important vote. So, this is another feature of democracy. One person, one vote, one value. So, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Every individual should be allowed to have vote. Every common people should have the right to vote in a democratic country. So, we have in Saudi Arabia, women does not vote. Women do not have any right to vote. Only the male person of that society will vote. They have the right to vote, but not the woman. So, can we call Saudi Arabia a democratic country? Obviously not. In India, every common people, whether it's women, poor people, tribal people, everyone have the right to vote. That is the reason this is one of the most important feature of democracy. One vote, one person, one value. Now, the next feature is a rule of law and respect of rights. Here, we can say that if you are the people of a democratic, if you are a citizen of a democratic country, you have to respect the rule of law. Even the government has to respect the rule of law. Every individual is equal in the eye of law. So, and the individual as well as the government as well as the powerful person of that particular country have to respect the law. And respect for rights, because in every democratic country there is a constitution. Like in India, we live in a democratic country. India is a democratic country. We have our constitution. Our constitution guarantees some fundamental rights to every common people. So every common people are enjoying those rights. And every common people, whether they are poor, whether they are rich, or whether they are from any other category or the minority, if they belong to any minority, they have to respect their rights. They have to follow the rules and regulations of the country. Some rules and regulations are also written in the constitution, which every common people, every government official, every rich people, even the parliament, even the member of the parliament have to follow the rule of law and have to respect the rights of the common people or the rights of the government. So this is another example, another feature of democratic government. A democratic government rules within the limits set by the constitutional law and citizens' right. So, in every democratic government, there are some limitations which has been guaranteed by the constitution. And like in India, the constitution of India has guaranteed certain limitation to the government also, to the peoples also. Even the constitution has given certain rights to the government, to the common people. So every common people have the right as well as the limitation, and we as a common people of that particular country, in a democratic country, we have to respect our rights, we have to respect the rule of the country. So these are the features of democracy. What was the first features? The first feature was ruler. Rulers have the power to take final decision. Final decision rests with the ruler who has been elected by the common people. Second point, election. In every democratic country, there should be free and fair election. Third point, people. Every common people should have the right to vote. One people, one right, one people, one value. Democracy must be, in a democracy, each citizen, adult citizen, must have one vote, and each vote must have one value. And the fourth is respect of law and the rule of law and respect of right, where a democratic government rules within limits set by the constitutional law and citizens' right. So these are the four features of democratic government. In a democracy, these features has to be followed. If there is a missing of one feature in these four features, then that country should not be called as a democratic country. So this is the summary of the definition. We have one most important definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. If the rulers are elected by the people, then the rulers have the final power to take decision on behalf of the common people, if only they have been elected by the common people. Second, election. If we are electing someone as our representative, then that election should be free and fair. Every common people have the right to give their votes or to be elected as a candidate. Third, right. People. The people, every common people have the right to vote. Every common people's vote should be counted as a valuable vote. One vote, one person, one right. And the third one is respect of rights and the rule of law. Every constitution, every government, every common people has to follow certain limitation and has to respect the rights guaranteed by the constitution. So these are the four features of democracy. Now, one student has asked me, there are so many definitions of democracy. Which one is the correct one, or which one we can write the answer? So, for her also and for all of you, democracy has only two definitions. That is, one, democracy is a form of government by the people, for the people, of the people. And the second definition is democracy is a form of government where rulers are elected by the common people. These are the two important definitions of democracy, which you have to write in your textbook, in your copy. In our next class, I will give you some questions related to what is democracy. Okay, then we will continue our next subtopic, that is why democracy. Till then, take care, be safe, don't go outside, do whatever you want to do, but within your house only. Take care, bye bye.